sub me? Tell me, baby, why don't you sub me when I make me so damn easy to sub? Why don't you use me? Tell me, baby, why don't you use me when I make me so damn easy to use? I got beauty, I got heart, I keep my head in them books, I'm sharp, and you don't care to know I'm smart. I got moves up here in YouTube. I keep you happy with all the tricks I do, and you don't seem to be amused. Why don't you sub me? Tell me, baby, why don't you sub me when I make me so damn easy to sub? Okay, I'm done. I've done this take like 100 times, and turns out I can't sing. No new news flash to a lot of you, but I ain't no Beyonce. Roll the tape. All right, guys, I started out by using Stud, which is a eyebrow pencil from MAC, and I drew on my brow a little bit more straight than I would have if it were, you know, my own style. And the reason for that being that Beyonce's brows look a little bit straight, and they really actually look kind of cut off on the end. And if you need to know more about eyebrows, I do have 2 videos about eyebrows that you can check out. Then I took MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, and I put that all over my lid. And then I put it all the way up onto my brow, right under my brow. Then I took Shroom, which is a frosted MAC color, and I put that underneath my brow, dry. After placing it on my brow dry, I took MAC's Fix Plus, which is a finishing spray, and I just spritzed my brush with it, blotted it, and then went back into that same color, which is Shroom, and put that all over my lid for a little bit more of a concentrated color and look. And if you don't have Fix Plus, you don't have to do those steps. All you got to do is just put it under your brow and put it on your lid, as long as you have the base down, and you'll be fine. I'm just kind of anal and wanted my color to be a little bit more concentrated, but that is a step that you can absolutely skip. But you see, right in between here, I've left my color just flesh color. So under the brow, on the lid, up into the crease, there's color, but right in between, there's nothing. Taking a pencil brush, which is a very stiff and kind of slightly pointed brush, I'm going to literally just trace over my skin. I'm not going to do anything too hard or too rough, because if I were to really dig into my skin, I'd get too bold of a color. I'm sorry, I'm using Carbon, which is a color from MAC, and it is a matte black. And I'm going to, without dipping back into my Carbon, with the remainder, whatever shadow is left on my brush, very, very, very lightly. I'm like hardly touching my skin. I don't know if you can see that, but I just want a really, really, really light definition. And just like when you're drawing, if you trace something and have an outline, then you can go back in and draw it on heavier. I am going to go right back in with Handwritten, which is the very same color that I filled in my eyebrows with. And again, very, very lightly, right over top of that Carbon. I'm overlapping the two colors. The point being, you want to have the darkest color and then fade it up into a lighter color. And now that I got that going on, I'm going to go in and put a little bit of Carbon on my brush and really get that. And if it didn't turn out so perfect, your point, which it doesn't need to be perfect. If I wanted it to be really perfect, I would have put down some tape to begin with, but Beyonce's whole look seems to be slightly sloppy, and I'm sure that that's intentional from the makeup artist just because it's fitting. But I'm going to take a Q-tip that I have dipped into some of my makeup remover. Just clean up your edge a little bit if it's not quite where you want it to be. Now that my top shadow is on, I'm going to go in and put on some concealer. As usual, I'm using MAC's Studio Finish. All right, now that my concealer is on, I'm going to take my favorite gel liner, which I always use. That is Wet n Wild's gel liner. And an angled brush that I always use from Michaels. And I'm going to draw a really thick line. Beyonce has a very, very, very thick line in this new video. Make tiny little baby steps and try to connect the line, the very small line that I've created on the inner eye, to the line that I already have pre-existing on my lid. I think I've got a pretty good shape. I'm not going to dip back into my gel liner. I'm just going to take the remainder and again make an outline. And if I need to dip into my liner, then I will. That was actually pretty easy this time. Believe me, I struggle with this. All right, now that that's on, we can concern ourselves with the darkness that Beyonce has under her eyes. As much as I would love to do the tears and, you know, the sloppiness that she has all under the eyes, I can't because I'm going to get my hair done. So I don't want to take this makeup off. I am going to take, again, the same dark brown that I filled in my brow with and the same dark brown that I put on top of that black that we placed in our crease. Kind of haphazardly, I'm going to just put that all under my eye. Now for this white that we have in the corner, I'm going to take NYX's Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in the color of Milk. And I'm going to take a flat, rectangular, squarish brush. I just put some of that on my brush. And from the edge of my lid, from the edge of the crease of my lid, or not the crease, but you know, like the edge of your lid, you'll take that brush and just work that white outwards. If you have white shadow, you can do that. Okay, so now that that's on, I'm going to go in again with the handwritten dark brown, and I'm going to use my pencil brush and just take that brown out. You don't want a really loud color. You just want to very lightly trace right under that white. Now I'm going to put on my other lash. Again, you guys know that very seldom do I buy expensive lashes. I'm using 117s in the blue box. This is not a particular brand. They are not expensive. You can get them at the wig shop. And for my blush and the balls of my cheeks, I'm going to use Sweet as Cocoa, which is one of my favorite colors from MAC. I'm going to mix two colors for my lipstick. So I'm going to mix Mirth from MAC and a Wet n Wild color that doesn't have a name, but it's 905C. For the last little touch, I'm going to dip right back into Shroom, which is how it all began. The color that we put under our brow and on our lid. And I just want to put a dot of that right under our little point. As usual, you can go to BeatFaceHoney.com in the blog section for a detailed list of products used. And I will see you there. Thanks so much. Bye. I give you everything you want, everything you need. Even your friends say I'm a good woman. All I want to know is,